son has gotten a lot of books recently about opposites, and it's made me start to really compare everything around me, even the language that I speak and hear. For instance, I used to think that this was pretty simple. Which one of these is British English?
British.
One of the most common giveaways of British English,
I thought.
was the T sounds. I expected T to always sound like, well, T.
Sorry, Geoff, you're wrong.
This is Ed from Lean English Pronunciation, and Ed speaks Estuary English. And he's actually not violent. I told him to slap me. See, it's right here in the script. Anyways, Estuary English is...
Wait, is it estuary?
Estuary.
It's pronounced estuary.
Got it. So, Ed, how would you describe Estuary English in 3 seconds?
Estuary is a variety of English spoken in southeast England. It gets its name from the estuary of the River Thames.
Time. So even if you studied British English in the past or maybe you're like me and thought that British English and American English has some pretty distinct differences between them, these similarities may surprise you. The way people are surprised when they meet my twin brother. You see, American English has that true T sound that British accents do. We typically find it at the start of words, like in tooth or tongue or toe. Once you get T sounds in the middle or at the end, though, things shift. Vowel plus T plus vowel makes a flap T fast D sound, like in city. R plus T plus vowel makes a flap T sound or fast D sound, like 40. N plus T makes a silent T sound in American English, like in center. T plus a consonant often makes a held T or stop T, like in apartment.
The held T?
When a T comes before a consonant, or is the last sound, the throat tightens to stop the air, and the vowel becomes shorter.
So for instance, I wouldn't say apartment. I would say apartment. This is not the same as just removing the T completely. For example, day and date sound different, right? Day, date. But maybe the difference is not quite as obvious as comparing apples to oranges. This is also true across words.
That man might not.
And this is also true when a T comes before an N sound.
Mountain cotton.
Estuary English has a similar concept for its glottal stops.
In estuary English, the T sound can also be glottalized, so the throat tightens to stop the air and shorten the vowel sound in words like apartment, just like in American English.
However,
the glottal T can also be used instead of the flap T in words such as city. The amount of glottalization usually varies according to the frequency of the word. The glottal T is more likely to be used at the end of high-frequency words, at, get, and what. In contrast, the true T is more likely to be used in the middle of low-frequency words, glottal, rhotic. However, there is a third option. The glottal T and the true T may happen
at the same time.
This is known as glottal reinforcement. We stop the air in our throat and our mouth simultaneously. This is the most likely pronunciation in words such as outside, witness, and lately.
This leads to the question.
Can an American English accent sound like a British English accent for these T's?
Only one way to find out. It.
That.
Don't doubt.
Don't doubt.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Any things you noticed, Ed?
I can't hear any differences.
Now to practice your held T's, flap T's, silent T's, and just T's in American English, you need to watch this video here. And be sure to see more about Estuary English and American English here.